So I want to start by saying I think you have a really good eye and a really interesting and strong emotional connection to your niece, and that is evident in the picture, and it pulls me in. But I have to say that the assignment was to take the pictures purposefully for this class. So this isn't a class where it's acceptable to bring in pictures that you took before because it's an idea. The idea of the class is that you learn and you build and you get stronger from each assignment, and that you think and that you take the new information in. And that's really how you're going to grow as a photographer, not by just showing work that you've already done. So the requirement is that you take pictures. I appreciate that you were honest in your statement when you said you compiled it. I might have wondered if these had all shown up from a single week of photographing. If you hadn't said that, you have some really striking pictures here. And I'm going to go through them, and critique them a little bit about which ones I think are stronger. And I could definitely see this being like a lifetime project for you. Maybe not lifetime, but something that could really be, you could build on as time goes by. Because she's definitely very photogenic. She definitely trusts you, and you have an insight. And I can't believe this keeps happening into her world. And it would be really interesting to see as she gets older. So some aesthetic and technical things. One, I do think this work will get interesting as she gets older, and you choose the strongest pictures if you're interested in doing that. Because right now it feels like it relies a lot on her being very, very specific age and this cuteness. But I also think there are more things going on. I love this like little bauble in her hair. I'm wondering if you've ever, one, about your choice to make them black and white, and two, if you have ever, oh my gosh, done film photography, and if you would consider that. Because the idea, this is emulating film photography, but tonalities are really good. This is a particularly nice one. This one may be less interesting to me, although the angle's nice. This one I find that doesn't work nearly as well as some of the other ones. I think the composition is really distracting with, you've got like this huge gaping black darkness where the door is there that kind of, I think, robs it from. I can see that you put her between the two, the legs and the doorway, what I assume to be a doorway. Maybe it's something else. I like her hand and her gesture, and then like the princess t-shirt. That's all interesting. But I feel like it's not as strong in some other ways. I feel like the tonalities are a little bit not quite as clear and sharp as the other ones. And I also think that you should think about focus. I don't know how much you're using a manual focus and how much you're using, if you are at all. I would consider using manual focus a little bit more so that you can really control what's in focus in the picture. Like here, I just keep coming to the jeans, like this sharpness and this light right here, with this little hole of light in the jeans, and that's really nice. But I feel like there's like three different competing things for my attention going on in this picture. The other thing about that picture is have you cropped it differently? I am, for some reason, having trouble with my own computer. Anyway, so this is turning out to be, I don't know why it's happening with this time more. Yeah. This one's interesting. I find this one to be a little bit more interesting. It feels like she's not quite as aware of the camera, and it's a little bit more atmospheric. There's a little more potential for something else going on than her just posing for the camera. This one feels like a kind of like a fashion shoot. It's quite different. It's nicely made, but I'm a little distracted by the cars, although I think I can feel like being in a parking lot, like I feel like I know that parking lot, even though I probably don't. So some of your post-production feels better than others. Some of your paying attention to the tonalities. This one feels a little bit gray. So work on that a little bit more. And then, yeah, I mean, I think that you've got some nice shots, and I think you're at the beginning. This one's really nice. I really like that one. Okay, I'm gonna end it now while I'm ahead of the game.